Hello, this is the ELEGOO Mars 4 Ultra 3D resin printer that was given to me to try out. Now before you click off, this isn't just a printing video, there's a lot more to it, starting with this. Now at the time of me receiving this lovely kind offer of a 3D printer, I was in the process of drawing using alcohol markers in this book here, and I was drawing monsters, and I particularly liked this thing, this flat face creature as I call it, and I thought, wouldn't it be lovely if I could make a miniature of this? Luckily, a very good friend of mine, Theo Kane from Slimehouse TV, has sculpted these things. He's very good at 3D sculpting, and what follows is a reenactment of the night when I convinced him to make a 3D model for me.
Get a match.
We're gonna do that reenactment thing, Bill. If you want to hang around. Are you enjoying this horror film that we do occasionally, Theo?
It's my favourite. It's my favourite.
Yes, we do this often.
Often. Just you and me.
What is it you're doing there on the tablet?
So I'm just doing a bit of casual sculpting. As you know, when we watch these films, quite often I like to sit and have a little sculpt, work away on something.
What is the point of 3D sculpting, might I ask?
Well, I like to 3D print my stuff, so I'll sit and I'll sculpt it and then send it to the printer.
You can print them?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
on a 3D printer?
Yeah.
That's amazing. You know,
and you've just got one, you've just got a 3D printer.
I know,
so.
I know.
It's
the dream of mine is to get one of my little creatures 3D sculpted and then printed off.
If only you had a friend who could do it. If only you had a friend who had the free time to sit and be able to sculpt one. Oh well.
Yeah.
You want me to
Look,
do it?
I've got shit on you. Remember the shit I've got on you. Remember the shit I've got on you. You're gonna fucking sculpt this thing because I know things.
If you want me to sculpt your weird little
please, would
just
you?
ask
Thanks.
me. Yeah, just ask.
Thank you. Look at that, like a meaty Jaffa cake. This is Theo hard at work sculpting this flat face for me. He's very good at what he does. It's the precise reason I asked him to do this for me. Well, to be honest, he kindly offered. Thanks, Theo. And this is the flat face printed and painted by me. And at this point I knew I wanted more, and I knew I had to learn how to 3D sculpt myself. I couldn't keep relying on Theo. It would get on his nerves eventually. Hello, this is the shed that I like to come out and do things in sometimes. Now the great thing about learning this new hobby here, this 3D sculpting, is I can do it anywhere, assuming they have electricity to charge the tablet. So I've got neighbours watching me. I'm incredibly self-conscious. I don't know if you've noticed this. Probably not, because I edit it all out. Just like I've edited this bit out. Anyway, I'm going to get on with this sculpt. Oh, there's a butterfly. And here's a lovely sped up panning shot to show the length of time that passed as I learned in 24 hours how to use NOMAD. Forgive me, you probably don't even know what NOMAD is. NOMAD is a program you can use on most tablets to 3D sculpt things. It's like a drawing app, but for 3D sculpting. And I have 3D sculpted these three things. And there was nothing to stop me from printing these things with this lovely bottle of resin, one of two that ELEGOO sent me. They were not stingy when it came to providing resin for me to sample their product, and they've also sent me another bottle of ABS, which is a harder resin since. I can't thank them enough. There are other companies out there that could learn a lesson from you, ELEGOO. This is how you do it. Thank you. Now I've taken my 3 flat faces into Chitu box, which is free and very temperamental. They're not sponsoring this video, so whatever. And sliced them and got them ready to be 3D printed in the ELEGOO. It's as easy as potting the file on the USB, plugging the USB in, selecting it and then pressing print. And I will tell you now, I've had one failed print the entire time I've used this thing, and that was my fault. I didn't support the thing right. But since then, not one single problem with this machine. And I'm not the kind of person to just blow smoke up your butt. Alright? As well as the 3D printer, the Mars 4 Ultra, and the 3 bowls of resin, they also sent me a wash and cure station, all in one, lovely and compact thing, and a huge bottle of detergent to go in it. Apparently it's called photopolymer resin detergent, and that's me there. Hello! I have to say that this is the most satisfying part of this process, is you've printed the thing, you chuck it in the washer, which I'm doing now once I've taken this little clippity-clappy lid off. Chuck them in, plop plop, and it's at this point you know that your models are going to be lovely and clean. I'm setting these little guys to wash for 5 minutes. That feels about right. I didn't actually check with anybody. I'm sure it's fine. Look at them go! It's like 2 cows falling down the stairs. I could watch this all day, or for 5 minutes. Now, being a wash and cure station all in one, you take off the big pot of detergent, put in this little spinny disc thing, and it doubles up as a curing station. Give these guys a little tan. Looking a little pale. Now, I've been given some advice not to leave them in too long. You don't want your resin to turn brittle, so I've done 2.5 minutes, which is maybe just a bit too long for these, I've since discovered. But hey, we learn on the job, right? At least I do. These flat-faced creatures aren't really much for fighting. They're very much a psychic type being, so that they fly, they float, using their brains. So I need a base for this, and not only a base, but an acrylic rod. This is a pack of clear acrylic rods I got from Amazon. It's lollipop sticks. If you search for clear lollipop sticks, I think that's what I searched for. Because superglue likes to cloud up acrylic, especially clear acrylic, I used UV resin on the bottom here to seal the rod into the base. And once you've got your base standing upright, all you need is a little bit of grease, lube up the pole. You've got a little pole for your miniatures to dance around, to arouse all the other miniatures. They could take turns. Some people do it for exercise. At least that's what they tell me. Got the little flat face skewered on the thing, and that's my very first design ready to be painted. Very happy with that. And here comes his buddies, just a little cool gang of 3 gonna be wandering down the railroad tracks and singing songs and looking for dead bodies. We're the bestest of friends. Hello, I'm just playing with my new toys. These are 2 things I've just recently designed on NOMAD and then printed them on the wonderful ELEGOO Mars 4 Ultra that was given to me. Thank you very much. These, as well as the flat faces, are all available to download on Patreon. Now, if you're a patron, you can pay as little as £3 a month, or I think it's $3, I think it's the equivalent, I'm not sure. And you can get these STLs to print off yourself. I'm going to keep making monsters. It doesn't mean that the rest of the stuff I do is going to stop. This is just something I can do on the side that I can give back. Something that is not technically solid, but it could be at the cost of a little bit of your resin. And if you want them, they're yours for as little as £3 a month. I mean, as well as supporting me and keeping the channel going, which is what I hope a lot of you are doing it for in the first place. But it's nice to have perks. And while I'm here, I'd just like to thank the top tier patrons there, the do-betters, and the do-gooders that are here and the doers that are also here. Thank you so much to all of you. Here is the link for Patreon if you'd like to get these free STL files, print your own monsters. And if you just want to support me, if you just want to keep this channel going, if you want to keep me in a moderately flabby state, I'll never be thin. With your help, I could be fat. Thank you so much. Back to the video.
Sculpting. Sculpting.
I decided that 3 wasn't enough, so here I am sculpting a 4th. As you can see the process, this is real time. This is how good I've got at NOMAD. What you are seeing here is what I'm doing in real time. It's not, just in case you believe me. And then I take it over to Jitterbox to get it supported, and then I print it. And that's this is the one I'm going to be painting for you today. There's going to be a bit of painting in this episode, because you people love a bit of painting, whereas I don't necessarily. But I'll be honest, painting these things was a lot of fun. And I shall be using 2 thin coats for this paint job.
Painting. Painting.
I broke out the old wet palette for this because I want to do a lot of blending, a lot of subtle blends with this thing, so you need a nice gradient between the 2 colours. A lot of slapping the paint on and not really caring with this. Like I said, it was a lot of fun. Starting with the nice deep red face, and then I'm going to paint the fleshy colours on the back of it. This one just so happens to be fleshy coloured, the others are different, you'll see later on. But getting the paints wet, blending them, I enjoyed this. Don't really know what else there is to say. How do people talk about the painting process and keep it interesting? Oh yeah, they don't. No, I'm sorry, that was a bit mean. People can make it interesting, just apparently I can't. Here I am making the arm pink, blending that in, and I get so bored of filming myself paint that eventually I do this nice panning thing. You've got that to look forward to later on. I'm painting the claws. Them claws are done as standard, bone colour, lighter colour, bit of wash. A few highlights on the face there, little lighter pinks. I'm not going to use any kind of UV resin or gloss on these, so I want to sort of give the impression of sloppy wetness with paint. Not sure if I achieve it. And then, oh, here it comes. Here's that shot I was telling you about. I could have at least brushed my hair. I am in fact in pyjamas there. You can't see them. But that was a good day. Looking at this now, that was a good day. Just painting and not worrying about filming it. It was a nice, relaxing day, watching a bit of YouTube in the back. And here it is, painted pretty well if I do say so myself. I enjoy the painting, not the filming of the painting, that's the difference. Now here are his 4 friends, that's 5 in total. 5 doesn't feel right to me. At this point I felt like I needed 1 more. And so that's what I did, I made 1 more. The showcase is coming up at the end. Thank you for watching, please like and subscribe. All of the minis shown in this are available to the patrons. Please consider it. Thank you very much, good evening.